Welcome back everybody to the channel. It's me, Alejandro Mendoza, or the Nerd Chicano. Either way how you say it, it's all good here. And we're back again for another video as we look at another film in my collection. And today we're going to look at one of my favorite movies of all time, Luis Valdez's La Bamba on Blu Ray from the Criterion Collection. I hope everyone's doing great. I hope y'all are watching some movies, getting through your collection, and enjoying this, what is left of 2023. And of course, I hope that y'all have been enjoying the videos. I've been working really hard on them. And if this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, click that notification bell so you don't miss a single piece of content on the channel, and leave a like on this video because it all helps me out so much. And of course, if you want to lend an extra helping hand, I do have a Patreon set up over at patreon.com/thenerdchicano, where you get early access to videos just like the one you're watching right now, along with other cool goodies like video essays and other stuff that I offer over there. But of course, it is not mandatory, but it is appreciated. Either way, you all helping me out here by watching this video is enough. But enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into this review of Luis Valdez's La Bamba on Blu Ray from the Criterion Collection. So let me go ahead and read this introduction from Criterion, and then we'll look at the packaging and then get to our review. The brief but incandescent life of rock and roll trailblazer Luis Valdez is immortalized in this enthralling biopic from another Mexican-American icon, Luis Valdez, the father of Chicano cinema. With sweetness and swagger, Lou Diamond Phillips embodies the 1950s California teenager who, forged by his fiercely supportive mother, played by Rosana de Soto, and rebellious brother Isai Morales, rises from his farm working roots to chart-topping fame in the early days of rock until one fateful night that haunts music history. Propelled by a hip-shaking soundtrack featuring Los Lobos and Carlos Santana, La Bamba captures the electric vitality of an artist who bridged cultures to create his own American dream. And included in this director-approved Blu-ray special edition is a new 4K digital restoration approved by director Luis Valdez with 5.1 surround DTS HD master audio soundtrack, audio commentaries featuring Valdez, actors Lou Diamond Phillips and Isai Morales, and producers Stuart Benjamin, Taylor Hackford, and Daniel Valdez. New interview with Luis Valdez, conversation between Valdez and filmmaker Robert Rodriguez from El Rey Networks, the director's chair, making up program featuring cast and crew, audition footage, trailer, English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, and Spanish subtitles, plus an essay by critic Yolanda Macado. And of course, this comes in at spine number 1193 in the Criterion Collection, and this is the front of the cover. I really like the art on this one. Love the look that went with this one. And then this is the back. And then you just go ahead and look at the spine right here. And then you just open it up, and then you have a pamphlet. And oh my god, I love the way that they did this pamphlet. It reminds me a lot of how they did the pamphlet on After Hours, which I really liked as well. I just love when they do these special ones that just fit the theme of the film and what the film feels like and represents. And they did it with this one. It's like that flyer that says from 8 to 12 p.m. Richard Valenzuela and his flying guitar, Saturday, January 18, 1958, American Legion Hall. Donations from $1 to $25. Semi-formal, from his first concert that he did as the leading man. Here you go. This is the front of the pamphlet. And then in the back you have about the master, special thanks, acknowledgments, and production credits. That's the back. And then of course you have the American Dreaming Chicano Style by Yolanda Macado. And of course you have casting credits right there. It's a big essay here, and I would like to get to reading this. And then of course we have Mr. Lou Diamond Phillips and Isai Morales right there as Richie Valens right here, and Bob from Bob, his brother. Well, half brother, but he's still his brother. And that is it for the pamphlet here. Really good looking pamphlet. And then of course we have our Blu-ray disc right here. And then, of course, the art here in the back is Mr. Richie Valens and Bob running down and playing with each other and teasing each other right there. And this is the art. It looks really good. Definitely some of my favorite art from the Criterion Collection. They did a great job here. Love the way that this looks and love the art. But now let's go ahead and get into this review of Luis Valdez's La Bamba. This isn't the first time I've seen La Bamba. It's one of my favorite movies of all time, and it is a cornerstone of Chicano cinema that is directed by the father of Chicano cinema himself, Luis Valdez. I've watched this movie multiple times, but this was the most recent time that I remember watching it, because the last time I watched it was with my family a long while ago. I was still in college, so I hadn't remembered much of this movie as a lot of time has passed. But this is a movie that I've seen at least 3 or 4 times now. It's such a great movie, and on this rewatch, I just appreciated it even more. I think that Luis Valdez's approach to it is what stands out the most to me now. I did watch his interview in the special features, and he talks about how, his starting his career, how he started going into movies and theater as well. And he specifically, when he talks about La Bamba, he talks about how, concentrating on Richie Valens' life, and especially, his musical career was difficult since it was such a short-lived career. But he decided to approach this film through a Cain and Abel type of story with Richie and Bob, as you look at their relationship and how they are at odds. They love each other and they're odds again, and then it ends with them making amends and it being too late because Richie dies in that horrible plane accident. And I love that. I think that Luis Valdez's approach to it really works, and his execution of it is flawless. I think that this movie is so good. It is definitely a iconic film in American cinema, not just Chicano cinema, of course, but in American cinema in general. This is really one of those that really explores the American dream, explores identity, and all these things that go into the life of the Chicano in the United States at this time. I have to say that I love this movie. I love the music, I love the cinematography, story, and of course the performances. And it's just like the first time I watched it, but I appreciate his execution even more this time around. Now let's talk about the restoration. So I watched La Bamba on my 4K Panasonic player, on my TCL 4K TV, and I listened to the audio straight from my TV speakers. I have to say, guys, I've seen this movie multiple times. It's looked different every single time. I think the last time before this, I actually watched it on streaming, and on streaming, it looked good, but it wasn't anything that a disc would provide, But I had to say that it still looked good, but I knew that there was something that had to be done with this. They should restore this. They should bring out more life from this so we could preserve it forever. And I have to say, La Bamba on Blu Ray from the Criterion Collection with this 4K digital restoration looks stellar. So they took this straight from the camera negative, the 35mm camera negative. They got the audio restoration from that restored 35mm camera negative, from that magnetic track, and they did a great job at bringing out this beautiful color out of La Bamba. Everything's been kind of upscaled and everything's got a more vibrant look to it, so it can really present that look at the American Southwest, and especially California at this time. Everything looks so good. I mean, the skin tones look really well done. They look like they look really true to the skin tones of our actors, and of course the high definition, that 1080p upscale to like around 2K on my screen, looks so freaking good. It looks really good. And you can tell that there's a lot of detailing in there. Of course, they keep that nice grain there that really reminds you that this is a film from 1987. And of course, you always want to keep that. You always want to keep those things that make it feel like a film from that time, and not mess with that too much, and really, center your restoration around the parts that need the help, and to make it, a more detailed and more fine looking film. And that's what La Bamba's done with its video restoration. The audio restoration sounds really good too. Of course, I can't listen to that 5.1 surround sound, but straight from my TV, I have no complaints. Everything's balanced, everything sounds really good, especially the music, man. I love hearing the music. When you hear that iconic riff from La Bamba, you just so recognizable and sounds so good through my TV. I can't wait till I actually have a audio setup where I can listen to this from there. And I'm just love this movie. It's such a big part of my life. It's a big part of my identity as a Chicano, and it is a big part of the cinema that Chicanos have crafted. And this is so iconic. It is so important, and I love that I get to keep it forever now because I have it on physical, and it's such a great movie with great video and audio restorations. And at $20, you cannot go wrong with this. During the sale, this should be a definite pickup for you all, and of course that means it is a high recommendation for me. I just love this movie so much, and I think they did a great job at improving the quality and also making sure that we have a lot of great special features in here. Of course I only watched one, right? But that doesn't mean that this is not a great Blu-ray. This is fantastic, well done, and I loved every second of watching this movie all over again. To keep up to date with me on all things social media, make sure you follow me at The Nerd Chicano on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Letterboxd, Serialized, and on Twitch. I'm the same handle on all of those. Let's go ahead and follow each other. Let's talk about some movies because I love interacting with you all. Go ahead and check out my podcast, The Nerdcore, by checking us out on our website, thenerdcore.com. Twitch, YouTube, and Kick is over at The Nerdcore. We do a lot of great stuff over there, so please go check out our podcast. We've been working really hard on them. We only need 9 more subscribers to get to 500, so if we can do that before the year ends, it would be very much appreciated. And that's all I've got for today's video. Of course, I hope you all enjoyed it. In the comments, let me know, have you seen this film? Do you like this edition of La Bamba on Blu-ray for the Criterion Collection? And if you do, let me know what you think about it. And of course, to my wonderful cinephiles and renowned scholars, celebrate the love of cinema today, tomorrow, and every day after. Catch you all in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.